Hey,
Here we go.
Johnny, good to see you.
You too, man. Hold on, let me turn off this light. It's kind of lots of glare here. I'm coming to you from the woods out in Tofino. So
Amazing.
there
So,
we go.
how's your day so far, Johnny?
My day's been great, man. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
Oh, it was a wonderful day for me, Johnny, out here.
What time is it there right now?
Oh, it's 10:30 in the night.
10:30 at night. Wow, that's so cool. Where I'm here, I'm at 10 a.m. You know, the day
Yeah.
before.
Wonderful. So, Johnny, your sophomore album, Sentinel, is to be out on October 14th. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind this new upcoming album?
Of course, yes. So the songwriting, I've been basically writing those songs or coming up with the lyrics and the music over the last couple of years. In 2020 is when we released the first Pillars of a Twisted City record. So since then, obviously we've as in everywhere around the world, there's been highs and lows with the global pandemic and thus a lot of time off. I mean, I was, we're in isolation for a couple of those ways when it got really bad out here, where we couldn't really go out and do much. So there was a great time to just hunker down and do some recording for myself, and also a good way to there was lots of lyrical ideas out there based on what you're seeing going around you in the world, be it from government controls to the control of the population, to actual people dying because of this illness, to First Nations rights in various areas all around the world. Like there's a lot of really monumental changes, shifts in society, but also different realms of questioning where we fit into the whole thing. So that's where a lot of the lyrics from the album came out of that philosophical way of looking at things, and the music came out of that, having the time to do it because of the pandemic.
That's amazing. And talking about the album, 9 amazing songs with a lot of atmospheric presence, with black and thrash all mixed together, blended beautifully, and the progression and the orchestra, everything came out really good from this album. So, as a creator, how do you feel about the outcome of this one?
I feel pretty good. I mean, like I said, I did I have my own studio, which I call Desecration Studios. I myself and a few other people come in there and record, and I helped it kind of engineer that kind of stuff. I wouldn't call myself an accomplished audio engineer, but I have enough of a handle on it to get it done. And so and as far as the musical genres that I'm combining, I mean, I'm just combining everything that I love. I love thrash metal. I love black metal. I like all classic metal. I mean, I come from, I was born out of the 70s, and I have 2 older sisters, and I grew up on rock and roll since I was a wee little one. So that's just ingrained in me. So musically, I just incorporate those things I love. Like, I've always loved like old Pink Floyd, and then as that time went by, I got into Mogwai and Godspeed You Black Emperor. But then at the same time, I love Dark Throne and Gorgoroth and and Enslaved and Self Defrost. I mean, I love all that stuff. So and speaking of some of those bands, like Enslaved, I love so much because I mirror some of what I do from what they do. Like, they started off as just a straight up black metal band, but they've evolved into this really orchestrative, almost like classical parts at times in their songs, and then mixed in with the hard hitting kind of music that they're known for. I look at that as inspiration for what I do for big time.
Amazing, amazing. And last Friday, you put up an amazing video for Subatomic Love. Great song, amazing video. So would you like to tell me a little bit about the making of the video and what this particular video is all about?
Yes, thanks for asking. Thanks for that compliment on the video. It was a lot of fun making it. A good friend of mine, he goes by the name Dragon. He does a lot of editing and whatnot for live kind of metal nights that happen in Vancouver. So he's a DJ, and he represents a collective of DJs that play hard rock and metal kind of stuff. It's called BC Hydra. It's kind of an institution here in Vancouver. And he puts these video montages up on those nights when they have that happening, playing behind them while they do the music. So I approached him and asked him if he'd be into doing a collaboration with the song Subatomic Love. I sent him that song, and he was inspired enough to send me a whole series of clips. At which time I edited through those clips myself and compiled it and made it into a video that loosely follows the lyrical content of the song. So that's kind of how it came about. It really is my friend Dragon who Kevin Romanek is his name, who really got me going with the creative juices because of the hard work he put in to get those clips. And then it's a lot of fun. I love that old vintage footage. You know, it's like the whole demonic summoning of the Dark Lord and all that kind of like reefer madness kind of stuff, where if you smoke weed, you're gonna go burn in hell with the devil. Like there's just all this great old content to work with
Yeah.
that kind of work with the lyrical aspect of the song. So that's how that works.
Amazing. Amazing. And any plans to come up with more videos from this album?
Yeah, there is. I mean, so the album comes out on October 14th. And that same day, we're going to feature another single called "Significant Tragedies" off that album. I had intent to do another video for that song, but just with time constraints and everything, right now it's not going to happen. But yes, after the album comes out, I plan on releasing two more videos. One for a song called "Incinerator," which is kind of like a surfy Dick Dale kind of song. I mean, I'm a surfer. I live out in Tofino, so that song's inspired by a surf spot called Long Beach, and there's a rock in the water there called Incinerator Rock, which is quite dangerous. So I'm gonna do some sort of surf video for that, and then that Significant Tragedy song I've just mentioned, there will also be a video for that one as well, just so I have some more time to come, because I have a lot of people working with me, helping me out, but a lot of these creative things it's DIY, and I'm trying to do as much of it as I can because I love that audio visual aspect of this whole project. So I just do it when the inspiration comes and I have time to do it.
Wonderful.
So yes, that's your question. There will be more videos.
Absolutely amazing, Johnny. And any particular plans on October 14th, the day of the release?
Well, yeah, there's basically gonna, just get crazy out there and get as many people as I can to help me repost and, just promote that thing. I was planning on trying to have a little listening party here in Vancouver with some friends, just getting together and kind of showcasing that, and maybe just like videoing a couple moments of that, just to give some high fives and kind of revel in the accomplishment of getting this out. And then it's like the next day, the October 15th is my birthday. So it's kind of like my birthday gift is to myself is to release this album, and I just put it out there for people. I feel very appreciative that people have taken time to listen to the music, and it really is cathartic for me, and it's a nice experience.
Wonderful. And any touring plans that has been scheduled for you this year?
Touring plans. Well, now that we're finally, like, knock on wood, starting to come out of this pandemic, I think it's getting more realistic to get some players together to play a few shows. So I can't commit on a date for any touring things right now, just based on what's going on around the world. But I would say that there would definitely be some few local shows, and then based on that, going doing some small runs up on the West Coast in the United States.
Wonderful. And 2020, you came out with your debut album. So how has the last 2 years been for you?
Last 2 years have been pretty good. I mean, like, when I put the first record out, like we put it out, and then after I put the record out, a couple months after that, we got picked up by Dead Offensive Records, my record label now, and they graciously did a limited cassette tape release. So, but that cassette tape actually sold really well. Like, it did well in South America. Like, I sold a bunch in Brazil and Chile and Argentina, and it did well in the States. But I was also very flattered that a lot of people in Germany, Denmark, Norway. I was happy to see that development out of that 2020 release. And it was nice to know that there was a bit of a following for the cassette tape kind of era, because that's where I came out of too. Like, being a teenager in the 80s, that was how we got our music out. Like, you would your friend would buy like a Sepultura tape, and then I would do rip a copy of it. Then I would send that to my buddy down the street. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to go full circle. You know what I mean? And get back to that. And And other than that, like I mentioned at the beginning of the interview, since 2020 to the release of this album, it was just having some more downtime because of work being put on pause and life being put on pause with these pandemic ups and downs. And I figured, like, instead of being bummed out and just sitting around doing nothing, I'm going to get together and write as many songs as I can, and and have that artistic expression. So I'm sure
Amazing.
for you, maybe the same. Maybe you. I don't know if you're a musician or not, but either whether you're a musician or not, you use that time, that downtime wisely. Like either listening to music and trying to get
Yeah,
as much knowledge as you can, or creating it. Either is
absolutely.
valuable. Yeah.
Absolutely. And any big dreams for you, Johnny?
Big dreams. Well, I don't. It's too late to become a pro surfer, so I mean, maybe I won't be doing that. My dream is just to live a healthy, happy life, and to surround myself with people that are good people that bring positive energy, whether that be in music or in any kind of expression. I mean, and as far as dreams go, I already feel I'm pretty blessed, and I've lived a good life where I can be healthy and happy, and do what I want to do for the most part. So um, let's keep living, I guess. Keep living for a few more years. That's my dream. Stay alive for at least another few years.
And being heavily influenced by black metal, do you have plans to go to the Scandinavia and perform for the black metal fans out there?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, this new record I mean, there's a couple black metal sort of song, like Winter's Blood is a full on black metal song, and those are my roots. That's where I would do, but I was inspired by so many different kinds of music after when I was recording this record. I really got in. I love a lot of post punk stuff. I'm really like Jesus and the Mary Chain and the Bajas and Joy Division and My Bloody Valentine, Swerve Driver, Dinosaur Jr. I was really influenced by that stuff, and you hear it on the record. You'll hear it come out, that kind of stuff. So I diverted away from a purist black metal record, but you can still hear it in elements of
Yeah,
all the songs. And to answer your question directly, yes, I can see though. I've already got a bunch of songs, made for maybe a couple, like a EP, like a 4-song
mhm,
EP of a bunch of kind of like thrashy black metal stuff. So that I could see that coming out sometime in 2023, that EP, which will be
wonderful.
more the pure stuff that the first record was kind of based off of.
Amazing, amazing. And do you have any merchandise plans for the fans?
Do I have any? Sorry, what?
Merchandise plans for the fans? Some
Oh,
T-shirts, some good.
Yeah, yes. So happily we sold out of the t-shirts that we have. Like we have a couple of really great logos. So I'm just in the process of getting some more t-shirts printed up. And then the record label Dead Offensive, there's some talk of either doing this new record, the Sentinel, having that on a cassette release in 2023.
Mhm.
Or perhaps maybe on vinyl. So I'm still waiting to see how that's going to pan out. But there will be a physical release of the record in the new year, on either cassette or vinyl.
Amazing, amazing. And any highlight moments that you want to share with me today?
Highlight moments. I mean, are we talking musically or in life?
Musically.
Highlight moments. I mean, for me, I'm like traditionally I'm a guitar player. When I was a kid, I started off on banjo and then went from banjo to guitar and slowly to bass. But my musical what I'm more satisfied about is in the last 5 years or so, I sat down just to play drums. Like I've always played a little bit, but it just focused so much on drumming to get it dialed in, so I could be in a place where I could do these recordings. Because I'm going into a studio and be putting on headphones, playing to a click track.
Mm.
5 years ago I was pretty shitty at it. Like I couldn't keep time. And I'm most proud that I've gotten to the point where I can hold a beat down long enough to get through 2 or 3 minutes of a song and without it sounding like crap. So that would be my musical accomplishment that I'm happiest about.
Wonderful. And Johnny, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to your fans from the world?
Message I want to give is to treat people with respect, regardless of where they're from and what their beliefs are. I mean, let me take that back for a second. Unless their beliefs are bigotry and hatred, then don't have anything to do with them. But my advice is just to treat people with respect. especially our First Nations people around the world. There's so much persecution going on in South America and North America, in Australia, and it really bothers me to see that. And my message is to stand up for equality and reconciliation with these different groups around the world. And most of all, from a creative side, flip the coin here, is just to keep rocking, keep banging your head, and keep going out there and supporting live music wherever you are in the world.
Amazing, amazing, Johnny. And Johnny, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure. And thank you so much for the amazing album Sentinel, which is to be out on October 14th. Thank you so much for the great music that you're giving to the metal fraternity around the world. Thank you so much for that. And I wish you all the best.
Take care, brother. Good to see you.
Take care, brother. Good to
Bye-bye.
see you. Take care. Bye-bye.